So you mentioned that you were on an island. I mean, what were you able to do, I guess, because I think we've heard this before.
Yes.
Uh, what were you able to do, I guess, as you're kind of transitioning careers,
Yeah.
transitioning, moving from California to San Antonio? What were you able to do to kind of help not be on the island?
Yeah. So great question. I actually I started going to the VA. So for context, back home in California, I worked with this Marine recon guy, a former Marine, and we were talking, and at the time I had no idea about disability or that, seeking help because I think we can, not to bash the VA, but it's a place that we don't like to attend to. We know there's so many hurdles seeking help. Like, oh, you got this, and it's a checkbox. Oh yeah, okay. Here's 10 medications, and you hear those stories, or just to get an appointment. I mean, when I was in California, it took me 9 months to get an appointment, and I just didn't even bother. And I worked with an individual at the fire department, and we would share stories. And again, it's that camaraderie. It's that he was in combat, I was in combat, and we just talked organically. And he was starting to share stuff, and I was starting. And then he was like, "Hey, Mike, like, what's your percentage?" And I'm like, "What? What percentage? What does that mean?" And he's like, "Mike, disability. Like, dude, you're going to the VA, right? You're getting help." And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, why? I'm good. And he kind of sparked that in me, and I was like, do I need to go seek help? Should I? And it wasn't until I moved to Texas where I was able to get into the VA pretty quick and start that path of getting help. And then I started seeking other outside resources, mentorship, and other organizations, which led me to start Guitars for Vets, which is a nonprofit organization that's nationally syndicated. There's 163 chapters. I'm actually the founder, and I started it in San Antonio, Military City, because I needed another outlet to kind of help with the therapeutics part of that.